Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Boom! Did I scare you? Okay, maybe not. Well, even if that didn't frighten you at all, maybe you can make a Macintosh in your house, or really a Macintosh anywhere, seem haunted. Now, this is a little trick that Wireless Packet came up with the other day, and it works pretty slick, I must say. Here's what you need to do. You need to have at least one Mac, one computer, that happens to be running OS X, in the sharing preference, in the system preferences, and normally this is where you would go to do screen sharing, file sharing, etc. You want to turn on SSH functionality, and that would allow anybody pretty much on the internet, as long as they had access to that particular machine, to be able to get into it, at least on a command line level. Sounds kind of geeky. It's probably because it is. But for this particular application, you'll understand why we're doing this. We're going to turn on the remote login feature specifically for one user, me. Not all users, just users with my credentials. So I've got my user already set up on this Mac. I've got remote login turned on. And now I can connect to this Mac from any other machine on my home network because it's got the service turned on specifically for this computer. Here's why. So I'm going to SSH into this Mac, let's say from this Mac, or I could use a Linux machine. I could use any particular operating system that happens to have an SSH client, and pretty much all operating systems have SSH clients, at least that I know of. Let's open up a terminal window, because again, this is going to be command line. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this Mac over here talk, and we're not going to touch it. So it's haunted if you have this Mac sitting somewhere around the house and the other person who may be walking by has no idea that it's talking. Okay, so here we go. We're going to SSH into this particular local IP address, which is 10.1.10.136. And the beautiful thing about OS X is it tells you exactly what to type in from another computer to connect to this particular machine. So I've got my IP address right. It prompts me for a password, so I enter my password for this machine from this one. Now listen to this. Could you hear it? It was probably very, very soft. I'm going to bring it a little closer here to the mic. Let's try it again. Could you hear that? I'm essentially sending the say command, S-A-Y, space, and then whatever it is I want this computer to say. Again, I'm connecting through a completely different system. I can move it. In fact, I will sit over here. Let's turn it up a bit more. See if you guys can hear this. Boo. Could you hear that? Probably barely, but yes, I did say boo. And again, I wasn't touching it at all. So the fun thing is when you've got this computer sitting somewhere. In fact, last night I had it sitting downstairs, and I was calling Ponzi's name from this computer. I was going, Ponzi, Ponzi, come here. Ponzi, please, I need your help. I am trapped inside the computer. She's going, what the heck's going on? Because, of course, no one's touching the keyboard. And this is, you could obviously find another way of doing it. You could do screen sharing or VNC, but when you do that, then someone can see the mouse moving around, and they obviously know someone else is messing with the computer. But even if Ponzi was working on this computer, I could have it say something to her like, fatal error, please restart, please contact system administrator, and it would do it. Because again, opening up the remote login would allow me to get into it from, well, another computer remotely. So, you know, even if you want to use it for, well, let's say actual work, you could use the same feature, but you could pass any commands that you can normally type in on this keyboard from any other keyboard simply by turning on the remote login feature. But hey, we're trying to spook people because it's Halloween, so I thought it was kind of funny, and it's certainly worth doing if someone really actively uses a Mac on a regular basis, because they'd have no idea what was going on. Anyway, it's a fun little trick. I thought it's a tip as well. You know, if you didn't know about remote login or SSH, then it's a good way of discovering it and having fun at the same time. If you've got another tip that you'd like to share, possibly tied into a trick of sorts, you can feel free to email it to me, chris@pirillo.com. You're also welcome to swing by our chat room where we're typically talking tech and sometimes talking trash and having fun with technology. I mean, if we couldn't have fun with this stuff, what good would it be? It wouldn't. You gotta have fun with tech, right? Well, that one place where we're chatting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.